be speaking about, but like in the past, he's probably going to speak about everything. But the video is linked on the left-hand side of the economic calendar. Axios, Vance is meeting now with Prime Minister of Qatar. Fed's Goolsbee, speaking to CNBC, says the job market is pretty much stable.
Hey, hi everyone, good morning and welcome to our live show.
Vance is meeting with Prime Minister of Qatar to discuss negotiations with Iran, Axios reporter Barak Ravid.
Hope you guys are doing great.
Fed's Goolsbee says jobs report appears fairly steady and limited signs job market is unraveling.
And Rob the Scalper, Piper Jane, Wang, Venkideep, Naveen, Saeed, Blaze. Welcome all guys. Thank you so much for joining guys. Yeah, another strong day. And another strong move from the market. Obviously you can see, right, we did well in the open. Obviously all the levels work really well again. Not a difficult day at all. And plus guys, yesterday I showed you, right, we had our masters level
falling apart.
Guys,
Goolsbee also adds that inflation remains high and is moving in the wrong direction.
Yesterday we sold off because we had masters level. I told you, right, market sold off into our masters level. We held and we rallied. Why exactly this point? Because that is our daily high. If you see here, he has hit the daily high and now sitting at around daily highs now. How again, apart from the futures, I also took options trade, guys. I bought options, SPY call on our yesterday end of the day. I got SPY calls and made 17% return on this move. Shared that here in the Discord as well. That was the trade we took. 730 was the level on the SPY, and I got this options long yesterday evening.
Goolsbee
SPY
says
call.
inflation rise is not just
17
energy,
bucks I
it was
paid.
elevated before the war.
20 bucks was the return. So $300 on one call. 17% return in one night, holding just overnight. Yeah guys, I told you, right, the strategy I have is not only useful for trading stocks, swinging stocks, not only for futures but also for options. When you have such key levels
Goolsbee
which are capable of reversing,
part is services inflation.
Running around the market, why not? Documentation for what? It's already shared, right? In the home tab.
To keep an eye on the inflation situation.
In the home tab of the YouTube, all the videos are shared. Go through all the videos. As a master, you have access to all the videos. Go in the home button. Go through all these videos. It has everything, all the details you need for our strategy. Muhammad adds SPSS 1992. RC Coin, welcome. Thanks for joining.
Goolsbee says everything should always be on the table for the Fed. Goolsbee says that I'm trying to figure out if energy shock will last. Goolsbee says there's arguments that price increases should be one time. Fed Scoresby says, I'm not a big fan of using words to jawbone policy decisions.
No, in Discord, it's now open to everyone. We used to have members section in the Discord, but I'm not able to manage and too much of work. So we stopped. All the members update and value is via YouTube now, either via YouTube Live tab or YouTube Post tab or through videos. In this options trade, I shared it in the share your success section. It's open to all in the share your success section. And we took this trade together. We were in the masters only group yesterday afternoon, 2 to 4. That's where I got that long. I shared my position as soon as I entered it.
Quantitative News, citing Chairman of National Security Commission of Parliament of Iran, says a legal regime plan for the Strait of Hormuz is being prepared. Fed Scoresby says, I worry about markets trying to price in AI productivity gains before they arrive.
So yeah, guys, most of our targets are met on the upside. So not very excited to go long now. We took all these longs. We got this long. We got this long as well. So now I'm being cautious. I'm waiting. I don't plan to buy long here. Because if you look at Dow, it is starting to sell. Sectors are weak. We have seen some weakness in sectors today. Yeah, financials are looking weak. Healthcare is weak. Dow Jones is returning back to our weekly midpoint. So Dow is selling, guys. So be careful. Dow is negative right now or flat. Nasdaq is strong overall, but Yeah, nice pullback can be expected. At least I would like nice pullback. Yes, back to its level, new paradigm members. So yeah, so 29,000 and change basically. We are at 29,140. So 29,000 and change, 20, 30, 40. We may not break this low, but yeah, or maybe we may not break this low. Here, Nasdaq has that little bit of the
Also
drill,
from
right? It can
Tasman, they
fluctuate
say
a little
Strait
bit
of
more.
Hormuz plan will become permanent law. This is adding to the last Iran headline that the legal regime plan for Strait of Hormuz is being prepared.
Yeah, it already caught a bid. I thought like it would have an opportunity to come into 29,000. Already has a strong bid. Had to buy it. Still keeping the size small, not going full size 2E minis yet. So watch Dow, guys. Dow is problem today.
So Iran's member of National Security Commission of Parliament says Iran has dealings with the UAE and will not let go, according to Fars News.
RC Courier, you know the drill. You double the moves. Whatever the move you have for daily, you just double them. Start doubling the weekly. Start doubling the daily expected move. Like technology is really strong this week. It is not one, but past two deviation mode on the upside. Two deviation move on the upside on technology. Semiconductors are strong. They are going for the two deviation move on the upside. On the daily, you can double the move as well. I would love to see 29,733. Oh, how about before you do weekly, double up the weekly, how about double up the daily? I think double up daily will be a great starting point. Once double up daily is achieved, that is where the weekly double comes. 700 something. So tell me now, guys, like how do you look? On this afternoon, someone was saying only 200 point on the upside. Maximum upside is 200 and downside is 1000 point. Now tell me, how does it look? Only 200 point from that afternoon. First of all, it was not 200 point. I told you, right? It was 360 points or so for the weekly expected. So from that point onward, this is your weekly 360. You can see, right? Exactly 365. And extend that further now in the next 2 days now. At 365 is 1000. Yeah, surely you got the market wrong by 1000 points. MK Infinity. That was the guy. I see only 200 point on the upside, 1000 point on the downside. How about plus 1000 point on the upside now? You have any idea? People have no idea, guys. They come here and bullshit. See, that's why I say, right? Just stop predicting. You lose your credibility when you do like that. You have zero credibility when you say like, I only see 200 point and 1000 point on downside. Just to realize that market just rallied 1000 points against you. Is it enough? Those 4 distributed lots, 120 puts. 120 puts. Yeah, he bought 120 puts here. Yeah, I think one small red candle is what he got here. That was also barely red. 120 puts here. Just to find out, market from that point onwards has rallied like 2200 points. That's why I say, right? You get credibility in the market amongst the traders by proving something, right? Just by going on X, going on social media. June expiry, it gives, but 2K cost. Just wanted to understand the thought process. Yes, the decay is slower. I already explained. Are you not part of New Paradigm Group? In New Paradigm Group, I explained. Maybe I can explain more today afternoon when we meet in our Masters group. More detail on that trade. Especially the decay, theta decay is much faster when you have aggressive options of 0 DT or weekly expiration. Go for monthlies. You have sufficient time. The cost is more for the monthly, but the decay is not that aggressive. You have time. Even if that move happens a little bit against you, you can sustain. Decay means option. The reason options are risky is because the move has to happen in the time, right? When the move does not happen, let's say you bought an option for next Friday, you only have 5 days, or you bought option for next Tuesday or next Monday, which means if you bought a put, immediately it should start working today or Monday morning, right? Before your option expires. Because if the move does not happen, then you lose the premium, right? Because you made a bet by Friday the market will go down, right? Like that guy, he made a bet 120 puts, market will go down 1000 point, market has gone up 2000 point now. And so just telling, bullshitting like that is not, enough. Like, this market will go up or go down. In options, you have to also time it, right? By this date, by next Friday, by next Tuesday, by next month, it will happen like this. Else you lose the bet. They lose the bet means the money is gone. Whatever money you have paid, it's gone. The premium is gone. Like I took the bet, right? I took the bet yesterday. First of all, I showed you, right? We had our master's level. The reason we were selling off was because first we bounced from our weekly high, perfect bounce in the morning. Later in the afternoon, we came and broke our level, right? We came down at 12 p.m. top of the hour, 1 p.m. start of the new hour. We broke 12:30. I think this was top of the hour. 12:30. We came and reject. This was a short into the level. So this is the bet I take. My master's level will hold into, because I cannot hold the futures. In futures, you don't take profit. It can fluctuate. It can stop you out. It can give you a little bit of loss or scare, and then it will rally. But with options, I have time. I have 30 days. I give myself 30 days that we will not lose this level. You can spend a day or two here. I don't know. Maybe Friday we could have finished here. But we are holding this level and we are going up. Made 17% return in one session. Bought it yesterday 3 p.m. in the close. This morning I didn't take profit here because this was just the weekly high, but our daily high was right over here. I showed you. Yeah, made 17% return just by holding overnight. 17% return in one trade, one session. Yes, I closed, right? It was 30 days. I had 30 days, but I closed. I had 30 days, but I closed it in one day or one morning. Like just overnight I held and this morning I closed. You have profit, you're okay. The reason you took long, the level held, it bounced, you take profit, close the trade. So Dow is printing new low. That is the reason why market is fluctuating here. Options seem so much better. It needs a lot of experience. You need to time it perfectly. You can lose money a lot. It's a leverage of 100 stocks. If move does not happen, if level does not work, it's gone. That $1,700 could have been $1,400 or $1,200 in 2-3 days. Options are very risky. Options are double-edged sword. Don't take it easy. Yeah, don't take it easy. You got to master the art, paper trade it for months, for years. And you need to have that kind of a confidence, right? You don't go on internet saying, if you have that kind of confidence, you look stupid. You go on saying on internet, I bought 120 puts here and market is up 2000 points from that point onward. Don't do the options. Yeah, if you have this kind of a confidence, yeah, it's my masters. I have history of tracking this level, creating this level. I have members who are paying me money for this level, who are very happy with this category. For last 1.5 years, they are using this level. I told you, right? That's a Dale Steyn level, right? I told you, right? Virat Kohli, someone asked.
Brent crude futures
for your life,
$2 a barrel on future of US-Iran ceasefire.
If someone you would allow to ball for you for your life, who would be? He says Dale Steyn, right? I gave you that example. This is our Dale Steyn level, right? If someone who can ball for Virat Kohli's life, it is Dale Steyn, then this is that level. I got. If you have that kind of confidence, yeah, I got the call. Here it is, output. 17% return in one, just holding overnight. Next morning I sold 17% return. I could have held more, but the trade is over. We held, level tag, and our daily high was right over here. I showed you. That is our daily high, right? So we are buying this level yesterday night. Not selling here because our daily high is over here. So held into the open, in the pre-market into the open, and now here at our daily high I sold and took the profit. Yeah, it requires very high level of precision, because it's a two-edged sword. If the move does not happen in time, you lose premiums, you lose your original money also. Calls put, they are priced by market. Like for SPY right now, like this is the call we took yesterday evening. SPY, I had 41 days and 7:30 call. That was our level yesterday. 7:30 was our number there on the SPY. That was our master. 7:30. We bought 7:30. It was right over here for $17, and you can see right now it is $21. So $17 means $21, $3 for one, and options gives you leverage of 100. So for 100 it is $300 profit. So yeah, yesterday it costed me $1,700. Today if I were to purchase this is going to cost me $2,100. So the $1,700 is worth $2,100 now, as it goes in the money, right? Yesterday it was not in the money, it was at the money, it was at the, this is where the price was, but because the market rallied, it went deep in the money now. If market rallies more, this goes more deep in the money, and if someone holds for next 40 days and market keeps going higher, it will go much. That $17 could be $34 soon by Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, there are many different ways. As I mentioned, right, we can use our levels not only just for call and puts buying, but for the spreads, but for trading earnings using butterflies. You can sell premium yourself, cash secured puts, covered calls if you want 100 shares or something. There are ton of strategies you can do, and that is next logical step. So masters, even though we are doing 2 to 4 discussion these days, it's just a placeholder, but that session will be replaced with the options. As I mentioned, right, I'll trade, I'll show you some samples.
Iran's Mokba
Meanwhile,
says Emiratis have been punished and will be punished more, saying these nations have long claimed to be the paradise of investment security, but today they have reached a point where the largest capital migration is happening from them. They have suffered damage and will suffer more. They will be punished more.
yeah, this is the logical thing, guys. Right, I am going to be here on the internet if there is more learning, more demonstration of knowledge, more demonstration of strategies. I'm not here, as I mentioned, right, to just compete with someone in the chat or with other streamers. I have my own path, I have my own strategy, and as long as you are supporting it and you validate it, right, the thing is you have 1 month to prove that this guy is not that worth, or his levels are not that valuable. 1 month you can get scam for 1 month, but if the fact that people are using the level for 2 years and 3 years now, continue to stay subscribed, which means we are doing really good. The strategy is really awesome, it is giving you this kind of a results. Yeah, there's no stopping now. We continue to grow more, we continue to make it more complex in terms of knowledge and executions. Strategy is simple, knowledge complex, right? Not just simply buying calls and put, but more multi-legged strategies and all, along with the stocks, options, and futures. Strategies applicable for all the 3 markets. Masters bounce on Dow. Yeah, you got 672, 100-point bounce in Dow from our masters level. 70 point. They work, guys, they work. So Venki Deep here, guys, in the chat, 15 years of experience, and he loves our level. He is doing really good in the market. So it is. Don't think like Generally, I told you guys. Remember, whatever I have said, I have always followed through and lived in that statement. I told you, right? People generally target the newcomers, right? Especially people who are selling courses or selling strategies. They
Also a member of Iran's
target the
parliament
newbies.
says from now on, US's actions for naval blockade will be met with a military response from Iran. The US must
I tell you, I
assign some
targeted a
force
15-year
to
experience
so
guy.
that in case of sinking, they can rescue their forces.
Venki, why don't you tell yourself that you have been targeted? I was scammed. I am 15 years experience and I got scammed by RDGD. So yeah, this is the difference, guys. People, as I mentioned, right, who are selling courses, who are selling strategies, they target the newbies. Their strategies are like very basic, very like not. It's not even worth discussing or up to the mark of being monetized. And here I am selling my levels to 15 years, 10 years, people who are 50s in 60s. So it is very thorough, guys. It is very magical. It is the thing is, as I mentioned, right, it is made with the consideration of everything, like big swings using weeklies, intraday, like I told you, right? I went long yesterday night on ES Masters level. There was a weekly, but there was also a daily high. At least I would hold from that Masters into the daily high. So it has a swing worth of week, swing worth of day, a key reversal which works 90-95% of the time. We bet, right? We bet. How many times you have not seen, guys? Even if you are not a member, tell me how many times you have seen this kind of a Masters level magic, that market has turned around on a T, on a dot, on a penny like that, and rallied like that. What was that then? This is 6 p.m. open, guys. This is the 6 p.m. candle. As soon as the market open in the evening session, 6 p.m., whatever the longs they were there, they just ran through their stop loss and then went back up. So that is fine. That's why you use options, right? When you're going between the sessions, that's where you use options, because as I said, right, I have 30 days. That small fluctuation doesn't affect me. But if I was in the futures law, yeah, maybe I would have placed my stop loss couple of points below this area, like these people did on the futures. If you stayed long overnight position, let's say you carried a couple of contracts into the next session, you had a stop loss here, they will make sure they eat your stop loss and then rally back up. So in options, unless we are selling off, right, unless we have broken retest reject, then we would have taken a loss there. But here, break retest rejection will confirm. Here instead, eat the stop losses, break above, retest hold, and we rally into our daily high. Yeah, strategy has everything, as I mentioned, right? Whether it is a scalping, whether it is a swing trading, whether it's a key reversal, whether it's these levels are not enough, need more. Added 5 more levels using new paradigm. It is just the extension, guys. New paradigm is nothing new. It's just the extension of our masters. But in masters, I only look back few days, so data is less. I bring more bigger data set here. I look back much deeper in the order books. So instead of 4, I am able to give 5 more levels. So total 9 levels in the new paradigm group. Like any other, been with YouTubers and no other subscription. Finally, I landed here and been RDGD more than 1 year. I am glad. Yeah, it's good, guys. I created all these levels as a trader myself, right? What was the problem I was facing in my trading? To fix those problems, I created this. So yeah. So there's the link, guys. Type exclamation join in the chat or go to the channel page and click on join button. When you click on that link, which is in the description right now, you get access to my strategy. Watch that video. On that pop-up there is a video which explains all my levels, weekly, daily and masters level in detail. Click those respective tab and join button to become member. Once you are member, come to the home button, watch all the educational video. I even share the formula on how I calculate my weekly and daily levels. Go through all the videos, they are very detailed. Every evening before the market or after the market close, I post all my levels every evening. I even share my charts, what I'm planning to trade. Like today, our market is right over here. This was yesterday's close. This was our buy here using our masters level. So you have all the charts which I will be trading next day in your inbox. If you enable the subscription or you know that bell notification, all these posts will come to your email in the inbox. And yeah, guys, if you are new paradigm member, come to the live button every morning before the market open. I educate you for 2 hours explaining today's market, not cherry pick.
According to
You know
military
what
source being
happened
cited by
once
Tasman
upon a
News,
time.
they say after some exchange of fire, the clashes have now stopped and the situation is calm.
So yeah, every day today's
However,
market I
if the US
explain with my
intends to enter
levels.
the Persian Gulf again or cause trouble for Iranian vessels, they will receive a decisive response again. Therefore, the possibility of re-entering such clashes in this region still exists.
Yeah, welcome to join, learn alongside in the pre-market at the open. 2 hours I am explaining you every day those levels in the current market, taking trades, showing entries, showing exit, answering all the questions. Yesterday I took one loss in the afternoon. I did a full post-mortem. What was the reason why I lost? What I could have done better. Whatever is needed to become a good profitable trader, preparation, breakdown of the trade, background news are mostly the major factor for sudden sharp movements in the market. Complete breakdown. Yeah, thanks Jay, appreciate your support. So what are we looking for next in this market now? Market at least something to lose the structure. I have pointed out Nasdaq is super strong, but Dow is weak. Dow is currently bouncing from our masters level. It has bounced good 100 plus points, 100 points I think roughly. So we are keeping eye on Dow. It is weak. Dow could finish flat for the week. Russell is a little bit soft. ES is okay, but Nasdaq is at another level, guys. Nasdaq up 1.8%, ES up 0.7%, Russell up 0.4, and Dow is flat. So all these losses, guys, you don't ask me about it, but I am remembering all my losses. Like yesterday afternoon's one trade loss I think I took last Thursday morning. Again, you don't remember, but I remember it by heart. Like you can go and check yesterday afternoon stream or last week Thursday morning stream where I had losing session. I remember the reason also. I remember my mistakes. As I mentioned, right, I clearly detailed the mistakes I made yesterday afternoon. I can also tell you the mistake I made last Thursday morning when I lost. In last 10 days, I have lost on 2 occasions, yesterday afternoon and last Thursday morning. Last Thursday morning reason was Wednesday evening after the market closed, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Google reported their earnings. We are very comfortable. Market had big range. We are comfortable with the positioning of all these stocks which were on the move because of the earnings. I got blindsided. I ignored one beast, Nvidia. It was up 1.5% without any earnings. It had no earnings that morning. It dropped from being up 1.5%. It dropped to 5%, which means it was a sudden 6.5% move on Nvidia. I was a little bit sucked into my trade, not able to see the forest, not able to see the tree when you are inside forest, kind of a situation.
10 minutes to go now till Trump is
I
to
didn't
speak
cut
to
my
the Rose
loss.
Garden. We'll pop out the video for you.
Nasdaq, Nvidia dipped 6.5% straight without any
So I said
pause.
about an hour ago, no indication of what he's expected to speak about, but he's probably going to speak about everything.
So yeah, guys, I know reasons when I'm losing, how I'm losing, how I could avoid. Am I making any provision to avoid such losses in the futures? Yes. So that is very important. Acknowledging your mistakes, learning from your mistake, and not repeating those mistakes.
So we have posted out the video on the feed for you to watch.
So what is the mistake? What is at a high level? Can you talk about the one mistake? Because not keeping eye on Nvidia, it dropped all of a sudden 6%, or one day Apple could rally 4% from nowhere. It is going to happen. Can you avoid that? How you will get in front of that move or understand that move before it happens, right? Because Apple on an average doesn't move 4%, but yeah, someday if there is a news, there is some catalyst, it can move 4% all of a sudden. Nvidia in general doesn't sell off like 6-7% without earnings, without a major news of any sanctions and something like that, right? So how can you at a high level, I'm not a trader, I'm not like you guys, so much into prop firm trading in general, right? What is the key? What is the secret? The big secret is sizing, guys. If you're not sized correctly, the losses will happen, but those losses will be really bad, make you look idiot. Like when you say on the internet 120 puts, like if you are not like trading crazy size, if I'm trading like 20-30 micros here at this highs, or before it is confirmed that it is strong, I can trade. Like I traded 20-30 micros here, 20 micros here in the morning. The trend was already confirmed, it was already on the super trend, it was moving in our direction, and we were long with like 3 or 4 micros. But once it was confirming this pullback, it was holding. From 3 micro I went 17 micros more. I added 20 micros and got the full move. Yeah, before the trend is confirming, you're adding a size before any validation. Like here, can it break? Yes, obviously it can break, retest, reject, and come down. So will I add 20? Sizing is the big answer. Sizing is the answer for most of your problem in the market. If you can master the art of sizing, if you can build that patience level of waiting for the confirmation, waiting for the visual proof that yes, your trade is working, and you have clear levels like I have in your mind, and which works. Your history of tracking those levels, your history of making profits from those levels, or whatever your indicator, then add size and spend few years. Okay, initially 1, 2, 3 years in the market, before you even consider trading size.
5 minutes ago, until we're expected to hear from Trump, speaking at the Rose Garden. Reminder, we have posted out the video on the feed for you to watch.
Was I on mute when I was explaining all these things on sizing? So the problem in your statement RM is I am in a catch-22 situation using small size and micros. Account grows slowly. One day I lose patience and increase the size. There has to be one more word in between. One day I lose patience is fine. You will lose patience even after 5 years from now. The problem in your statement is you increase the size without that kind of a skills, or without all the levels, at least if you are following our
Labour's
strategy
First
to the T.
Minister in Wales, Eland Morgan loses her seat.
So if
Right,
you
and
are
this is
not
for the
confident in using
local
the levels, if
council
you are not
elections.
confident in making profits using those levels, and you are increasing size, then it's a problem. Skills is the problem. Without skills you cannot increase the size. You need skills, guys, else don't trade size, period. Strategy is fine. My strategy is good. Many other strategies could be good in the world, but you still need to master the art of using that strategy, executing that strategy to the perfection. And if you don't have those skills, like, you can drive a car, it doesn't mean that you will go and compete with Michael Schumacher or Fernando Alonso on the F1 tracks. You could be a good driver. You drive a car, or maybe you got a Porsche 911. You got a Maserati. You can buy it these days. You can lease it, you can rent it. It doesn't mean you start competing with Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. You still need the skills. You need to prove your skills before you are sizing up. So yeah, when you know you're good at bad timing, there's no escape, guys. It should be like that. Else everyone starts making money. That guy who buys 120 puts randomly, or that guy who says market is going to come down because of the Gallibach news. Market is going to come because China is going to pass their ship through Hormuz. Market is going to come down because of this, that, and that guy is already gone. One guy was here talking about shorts. He's already gone from the market. I don't see him in the chat anymore. Yeah, guys, without skills, don't trade size. At least, when you say I bought one put and I lost, yeah, as I said, right, there are some forgivable offenses, and then there are some unforgivable offenses. I told you, right, yesterday the first mistake was forgivable for me, right? That we have a strong level, it gave us a very strong bounce. When it came down, let's say somebody made had a FOMO, the double bottom will work, they went long, and it was top of the hour. Look at the marker below, it is 12 p.m. it was top of the hour. So yeah, sometimes can happen, top of the hour it flushed further, so it lost. So this was forgivable. This is a forgivable offense. I told you, right, I will forgive myself for this. But knowing that major level is broken, retest is rejecting, This dude, it's unforgivable. This you cannot, there's no, there's, you can't come and claim that I'm trading 120 puts and, the market will come down 20%. You don't have skills then. At least I know, right? That's why I said that I wanted to do post-mortem of that trade yesterday. I did that between 2 to 4, explained many more things. Not only this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have many more nuances. Look at the bunch of levels we have there. We went into
Surely
more
it's
detail
best to hear
in
from
that
Trump.
zone. What's going
It's
on?
reminded from an earlier
studied
headline
each and
from
every
Iran's
level there.
Parliamentary Security Commission chairman said the
There was
legal
a lot
regime
going on in the
plan
market.
for Strait of Hormuz is being prepared. Now from Fars News saying that the Hormuz Strait regime bill is ready.
So anyway, guys, just
They
make
said
sure
the
that
bill
you
will
are
be
trading
approved in
right
public
size.
session as soon as Parliament starts its work, and the Guardian Council confirmation and will become a deterrent law.
Long or short? I don't have any reason to short. That means it is long. I mean, that's what I have done since the open. I have made so much of profit. You can see. I don't need to take each and every single long. I'll pass. I'll wait. Top of the hour. Excuse me. So welcome guys, welcome to join our group, especially masters group that is very affordable, that has almost 75, not 75, 80 to 85% access to all my levels, only 10-15% of the level, which I said, right, which is like extreme case scenario. You are really going against Lewis Hamilton or, Fernando Alonso. Then you need those new paradigm levels and that extreme level of accuracy. With masters we are doing very great things, and as I mentioned, right, we are even starting to trade few options with masters so that they get the feel of it. Before I am fully functional in my options trading. Once I have proven that concept, I might have a separate group for options, but yeah, until we are up to speed, welcome to join us in the masters group, doing many good things, learning very fast, progress, the outcome is in front of you. I don't have to average down like crazy in the other window. That's what people do on the stream. They like a maniac, they average down in another screen, and as soon as the trade works in their favor, they bring the screen and show you, look, I'm long, I'm already long. They did that for years. You seem to be so much big fan of F1. No, I just sometimes used to visit. I was in Montreal for a few years. So they have a good Formula 1 race every year in Montreal, summer. Been to Grand Prix in Montreal? Yes, I have been there for 2 times, I think. You're a huge fan? I have selfies with Lewis Hamilton and other. Oh my god. No, but I appreciate the amount of stress, pressure they take. Same goes with the pilots, right? I have huge respect for those professions. Because the common world, their reflexes, their attention to that kind of precision, it's not there, and people go on demonstrating confidence. You also fall in that category, but I'm working, I'm demonstrating, right, whatever skills I have. When my skills are low, I demonstrate my level. When my skills are little bit better, I demonstrate at that level. When my skills are higher level, I demonstrate that. When my skills are highest level, I demonstrate that. When my skill will go to OG level, I'll demonstrate that, right? So I am on a good path. I'm not demonstrating confidence without any proof. There is a proof each day on the left hand side. There is the execution which is in front of your eyes. There is a management. There is a acknowledgement of any mistakes I make. There is a full apologies when I lose, right? This is the mistake I made. I was so stupid. It is not just the confidence. It is a very, controlled and gradual confidence. It's a gradual confidence is the right term. It's not all of a sudden one night I became overconfident. Oh, you have been there? My goodness. It is physically intense. They compete in milliseconds with cutting edge technological machines. Yes. Trading is like that, It's a very high precision and requires lot of preparation. For those Formula One race, right? There's a crew which is ready to service the car as soon as it comes in the pit. They have a very small amount of time. Like I was giving you the example. The reason we are so chilled, relaxed when the markets are going up is because it gives you a lot of time to scan what is going on where, which sector, which stock. But when the market start dropping, fucking once, this news starts coming in, there's no time to scan through. Still don't have state of art machine to track all the markets with the accuracy. I still don't have state of art processing speed in my computers to, go through those minute level of order flow for the right markets I want to check, especially during the sell-off. Yeah, this is what is missing here. This is all fine, but this is still bit static, right? Then there is a dynamic aspect in real time when the market is volatile, when the VIX is spiking, how quickly I am reading the market. And sometimes this 3-4 screen, there's YouTube chat answering question and explaining. Fucking for every trade I explain you. Look this, it is bouncing from my level. Look, this is rejecting my level. Look, I'm short. I mean, you don't tell, right? When you're eating food, shitting, you don't go and explain your poop to everyone, right? This is like that, right? This is difficult sometimes, explaining in between, in the Lewis Hamilton doesn't explain. Look, I'm changing the gear. I'm doing an overpass. Yeah, some things, yes, are explainable in advance. Some things happens real time. Something needs to be responded and corrected. The other day, the video was going viral, right? The guy, I think one Red Bull car takes a full 365 turn and gets back on the track again, right? Yeah, you have to make some correction real time.
Seeing a little bit of added volatility. Did see it.
Yeah, they allow. I have also driven there.
S&P500.
Montreal.
Not really that much, but just had using ticks right. Just a little bit of volatility picking up, and it's gone.
Yeah, they allow driving car on that circuit.
So far,
in the summer, they open it up. After the Grand Prix is over, they open it up for the public to drive their cars. I actually did one triathlon also there. So the bike section of the triathlon was on that circuit. We had to go through that circuit 2-3 times. And there is a pond, so that actually is a, Montreal had Olympics back in 1983. They had Summer Olympics here. So many, that near the Grand Prix there is a canal. So they had those, dragon boat race in that canal. So when I did triathlon, there is a swimming section which we did it in that canal. And on that Grand Prix circuit, we had like bike section of the triathlon. And obviously for the run, there is a trail on the side. So we had to go running on the trail. I have done those. Muskoka also. I have done Gulf Lake here in Ontario. Yeah, the only thing I'm regretting is I had international plans that I'll go do some triathlons in Europe,
Eastern time.
US.
Is to speak in Darmstadt.
But in this last 1 or 2 years, I've got myself so busy and now, hinged because others are dependent.
Whether text or Q&A is expected from him.
So I got to find some time now. We have to. That's why it's okay, guys. It's okay. We are stabilizing our group. We are everyone profitable. So that time will come for me. Okay. Yeah, I will be taking some breaks, guys. That's why I'm saying, right. I don't want to be this accessible, guys. It's okay. We have group. I have commitments, so I'm always going to fulfill my commitments. But it's been 3 years now. I cannot be just sitting here 8-10 hours. At some point, I need to start enjoying my life. 2-3 years full dedication is needed. But guys, there's no easy shortcuts. Okay, 2-3 years you have to dedicate to the markets. And dedicate in a good way, not just I've been losing for 5 years. No, that is not important. You losing for 5 years, everyone loses. If you are losing for 3 years, losing for 10 years, that is also not important. Don't go on telling that story that I'm losing for 5 years, 3 years. What have you done during those 5 years? Like you asked me, I have spent 3 years of my life now on the YouTube, on the internet. This is what I have achieved, and it works. It's a strategy, it's a product in itself, and it works every fucking single time. And so yeah, that is very important. Last 3 years, 5 years of loss you may have, what have you learned? Have you made any changes? Have you made or bought some tools, indicators, courses, or whatever, like screens which help you avoid that error? There is no change, just you refund your account and keep blowing money each time. That is the only change. First I sent $2,000, now I send 5,000, and once I send 10,000 US dollar, all blown. That is the that is the incremental change I have seen in my losses. Then that is not a good thing, guys. If you come back with this kind of a proof, yes, this is there since 2004, this is there since Jan 2025, this is there since March 2025. No single month, week, or a day has gone where I regretted having this level, where someone questioned me on those level that they don't work, or we have seen proof they are not of much use. We have been seeing them, never has happened. Why? Yeah, you have to track your progress, guys. Progress, as I mentioned, right? Generally people track it by money. I made this much money this year, yeah, that is fine, but you can also lose that money. You have to track your progress in terms of maybe style of trading, right? Previously I could not short the market, now I'm able to short. Like, I think he's not joining these days, Mindful Trader. She tells very often, every time she acknowledges that I never used to short the market, but after learning from you, understanding the levels, understanding where we are in terms of weekly, now at least I am able to logically short the market. That's what she says. So yeah, some skills that you have acquired, like previously you never took the breakout trade, now you have confidence, you are able to take breakouts, even though it could be with a smaller size. I am able to take breakout trades. I'm not able to trade the reversals. Now with your levels, my god, those masters level reversals are mind blowing. I'm able to take the reversal. Previously I was not able to hold the trade well, now I hold my trade really well. Previously I used to take a very tight stop loss or a very wide stop loss. I am able to change that. So you have to be. How did you come around your strategy? No, I had interest in options from day one. I just saw like how these options function. Made perfect sense, right? Options bets happen first. Future is used for hedging purposes. What bets? You always have to understand the core, guys. Like I told you, right? I used to do triathlon. The first thing I learned about triathlon is I didn't even use swimming for 35 years of my life. I never swam. As a child, I never had access to swimming pool. I never learned swimming. At 35, I was doing some marathons and I was in a good shape. I said I always thought of doing swimming and all, but right now even if I learn, I don't have that big goal. What at 35 you don't have goal, right? As a kid, yeah, you do it for fun, and you're doing with friends and you're doing for the competition. It's understandable. At 35 you just don't go learning new skills, right? But I was in a good shape.
Wider notoriation now. Advances meeting with Qatar PM will cover US-Qatar relations and situation in Iran, with a focus on LNG markets and regional stability.
I saw one of those videos. I think in Hawaii they have Iron Man. It was very inspiring. I said, you know what? Let me just sign up for triathlon, and that will be a good goal. That I have signed up for next summer's triathlon, and in this 6 months I have to learn swimming now.
Energy markets and the energy markets.
It was in the winter time I saw, and the next marathon, as I mentioned, right, in Montreal was in summer. After that Grand Prix event is over, June, I think July or August they do a triathlon. I said it's good 6-7 months time. Yeah, I signed up for a triathlon and then learned swimming. I learned within 6 weeks. I was in the open waters. In 6 weeks, I started trading in swimming in the open waters. I had zero knowledge of swimming before. In 6 months, few weeks, I took 2 course. I joined the group class, but it was not very helpful. There were like 10 people in the swimming pool, and swimmer would not enter the pool. He was on the sidelines, and he used to show on the air like this. Your hand is not coming like this. Your leg should be, flapping like this. Buddy, you jump in the water. Show us. He was, entire 6 weeks. So what I did was I joined, I got a private coach at YMCA and all, right? You can join group classes or you can get a private instructor, right? So that really helped. First thing I asked private instructor, will you be entering the water? He said yes. Then I said yes, let's do it. So that group class was useless, guys. 10 people, we were staring in the water. From water we were staring up in the sky. He was outside the water, and he would say, your mouth should come above the water. And for showing the water, he would hold his hand. If this is water, your mouth should be like this. Yeah, sure. So it reflects, right, in my teaching, in my trading here. You cannot teach ICT concept and without being live, without trading live. It is like swimming instructor trying to teach swimming outside from the swimming pool.
ECB's Nagel says ECB is
If I
highly
show
vigilant
you-
to rising inflation risks.
Give you
ECB
levels.
will do whatever is needed to contain the energy price jump.
Trade it here now.
And
Show me
that's
the
it.
entries.
We will
Show
continue
how
this
you
week.
trade it. That is very important, guys. For anything, any skills, any knowledge, you have to do it yourself. You show how to do it. And don't go and do a replay mode or anecdotally pick a chart. Look, on that day there was a level and it bounced. No, right now. Tell me now. Tell me on next candle or here how you trade. So that is where you don't realize what value I bring. The value is doing it live every day, every single day. You do it live and using the strategy, not just random punching of long and short. Like here, as per our strategy, there's no short here for me. Long, I said, right? I was already long, right? I have been long since the open we are long all the way into this high. I'm taking a break for the small moving fluctuations. I don't want to take the small longs. If there is a good setup, if there is a pullback into our level, it holds, then we'll go long. If our levels retest and reject, then yeah, we can consider short as well. Both the things are not happening. So stay clear. We saw all these things, right? How the options market prices everything. Futures is used for hedging. Future was my second choice. My first choice was options. I got attracted to the stock market because of options, but I also understood what the risks are in the options. I said, like, I'm not going to trade options without having proper strategy, without having skills, and especially timing. And it is going to take me a good couple of years before you are that perfect that your timing, all your entries exit very well. Now we have a very established strategy, 3 years, 2 years trading that strategy. Now is the right time to formally go into the options. Waiting for the news candle to enter. Yeah, these days we lose only because of the news. I told you, right? Yesterday also the market goes into certain level zone. There will be top of the hour. There will be sudden, flush to hit some stop losses, and then they will start pumping the negative news. Lot of negative news from different sources, and the same headlines will be repeated 2, 3, 4 times. Hit the like button, guys, if you are enjoying all this knowledge sharing, experience sharing, good guidance. If it is a lecture for you, nonsense, bullshit, hit the dislike button. That also works for me. No, I won't give you anything. Neither like nor dislike. Then go watch someone else. Why you are wasting your time here? If you don't relate with me, if you don't agree with me, I'm here just so that I can fade you. If you go long, I'll go short. If I go short, I dare you do that. Okay? I dare you. Try doing that, okay? Try doing that for a couple of trades. Just fade me. Okay, so let me go bring my food. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah, make sure guys you hit the like button. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support.
Iran's President Pezeshkian on X says Iran's policy is to expand friendly relations based on mutual respect and shared interests.
So I'm back with my food, guys. I really have to say RDGD, the last 2 weeks have been the best trading I have had in a long time. I took Tesla Nvidia long with some calls today and made a killing. Well done, Greg. Congratulations. Dow Jones is losing ground. Yes, you're right, Bhargav. Sectors are not doing well today. In fact, this week it was mostly because of technology and semiconductors.
According to an article from The Atlantic, it says that Trump is bored with war he started. Also, heads up, Trump is currently live now. He's heading to the podium on the video that we posted around the feed. So from the Atlantic article, it doesn't look like it's citing anyone, so we're not going to post it.
Are there any levels, any setup? J? Is there a rejection of any level? Is there a support being tested for any level? Yeah, so I am waiting for our setup or a level either to get tested as a support or break that level and test as a resistance.
According to the Wall Street Journal, Apple and Intel reached preliminary chip-making agreement. We have posted out the article on the feed for you to read through. Again, Apple and Intel reached preliminary chip-making agreement. Also, 10 minutes to go now to we're expecting the Baker Hughes total rig count figures. Total rig count prior 544, oil rig count prior 408. It's further from the Wall Street Journal piece then. Apple and Intel have reached preliminary agreement for Intel to manufacture some of the chips that power Apple devices. Intensive talks between the two companies have been ongoing for more than a year, and they hammered out a formal deal in recent months. Seeing Intel shares spiking higher, up 8.4% after the Wall Street Journal report. It's now seeing Intel shares climb, extending to as much as 12%. Trump says go and buy Dell. Seeing Dell now moving higher off the back of Trump's comment saying go buy Dell. That concludes comments from Trump. So nothing about Iran or China or his upcoming visit to China, but just two headlines that came out. Excuse me, the one headline that came out that Trump just said, go buy Dell, and Dell rose off the back of that news. Also, during the time that Trump was speaking, you had a report from Wall Street Journal that said Apple and Intel reached a preliminary chip production deal, which led to then the rise in Intel shares. Fitch Ratings expects Brent to stay at $100 to $110 a barrel in May to July during Hormuz closure before falling to $70 a barrel by September. Fitch Ratings says average annual oil prices are likely to be lower if the Strait of Hormuz closure lasts for less than 5 months. Also, reminder, about a minute and a half away until we're expected the Baker Hughes total rig count. Prior for total rigs 544 and oil rig count prior 408. So just coming through again now that Trump praises Dell family after donations and urges Dell purchases. So this is just some added tidbits then from earlier on. Israel's Hayom says no launches from Iran to Israel territory were identified. $548 for total recount, again 548.
No mute, just the trade is on. It's working. Nothing much to talk. If we are at all-time high, what commentary I can tell at all-time highs? Do not short the markets.
Oil recounts 410, 410. Fitch Rating says OPEC likely to produce up to maximum capacity to offset volumes lost due to Hormuz closure. Seeing here airlines Freeport Energy to curb output on unplanned maintenance according to sources. Freeport LNG also add that LNG maintenance could last through May. Freeport LNG cancels 3 scheduled cargoes amid maintenance.
Target filled.
How do you like that trade, my dear viewers? Did you enjoy that long? Your grandma is very happy now because she's here, new moon house. No, we'll go to the masters group, guys. Yeah, 2 p.m. we'll go to masters group. Welcome to join us there. You want to learn more? This trade is good. People are liking it. Nobody asked, but I would still like to explain. We made money. We don't need any explanation. But again, it is for our levels, okay? I am not trading for no reasons these days. After having this kind of a strategy, it's a shame if I trade without any levels or any purpose. Purpose is 2 deviation move achieved on the daily, guys. This is a 2 deviation move on our experts level. Here, open the experts chart. Open experts. What is the daily? RC Courier asked in the morning. We are thin on level on the upside. I asked him. When you are thin on the levels, you start doubling. He doubled weekly. I said, before you go to weekly, how about doubling your daily? What daily expected move? This is your daily expected move. We are already there in the pre-market. We went into that already at the open. Open first trade was into our weekly expected move upper edge. Achieved. Market is really strong. Hedging activities are kicking in. No, I'm shorting because it is up. That's why I want to short. That guy doesn't understand that when the 1 deviation move is reached and you don't stop and reject, like here, I'll show you an example. When you reach the upper edge of the expected move on a daily and you don't reject, like here, ES went into our daily expected high, which is our experts level. This is our experts level. Experts level. ES goes into daily expected high, hits that level and gets that pullback. That's the only shot of the day, guys. Again, from our level, I'm telling you, this is to the penny. You want to zoom in?
Argentina could tap market if valuations are...
Look at guys. Look at that, guys. To the penny. Do you see the wick here at daily high? Go to our daily high. You reject that. That's the only short trade of the morning today. That's the only shot someone could have taken. Whereas in the Nasdaq, no rejection. You go into that level. Is there any rejection? Yeah, a slight bit of pullback. Never lost the structure. We gain and regain that area. Hedging activity kicks in. Buying begets buying. That 1 deviation move easily becomes 2 deviation move. And I had a trade on which you all acknowledge and liked it. That was the reason behind it. Anyway, guys, this will continue, guys. Nothing will change, as I mentioned, right? I'll keep taking trades. You like it, I'll try to explain you. But I don't buy. I don't buy it. I don't think it is because of your levels. So, we are in that, what is a deadlock. Yeah, guys, I'll keep demonstrating it. But I have more learnings to do. I have more learnings to share with members, masters, new paradigm. Welcome you all to become masters or new paradigm, whatever works for you. Immense learning in each group, guys. This market, I tell you, right? There will be many people doing claims in X. This market is going to go down. This will happen. That will happen. They have no idea what this market is capable of doing, where it is capable of going, where it is. Even when I lose, yesterday when I lost, right? I had a proper explanation. What I ignored. What was my mistake yesterday? I went long blindly on this one, thinking this level worked initially. It bounced. The double bottom will work. It was top of the hour. Look at the bottom here. It is 12. It is right at top of the hour. It flushed the double bottom. I ignored this. I stayed long. I ignored this, that there is a break, retest and rejection. I ignored this fact. There is a break, there is a retest and retest is rejecting. I ignored this fact and I stayed long and I lost because it went into my next level. At least I fixed it. I bought a call into end of the day and sold that call next morning for 17%. That is our master's level. Key reversal zone. This trade I showed you is on 2 deviation move on the Nasdaq. Do you still think this guy is randomly trading here? I don't have any purpose. Wow, didn't realize we reached the 2x. Look at Nasdaq, guys. Nasdaq did the daily high at the open itself, Karan. Even before the market opens, we are like at least here. This is blue background is pre-market. So in the pre-market itself, you are at daily 1x. Why won't it do 2x in rest of the afternoon? Positive feedback loops kicks in, hedging begets hedging. You're spiraling into the 2 deviation move. So do you understand, guys? You have what kind of strategy and levels with you? How market functions? Or is it only because there is a overbought indicator? Now tell me, guys, how many overbought indicators could be in overbought here? In this move, don't you think there will be some stochastic, RSI, MACD, Bollinger Band, this band, that band? Isn't it overbought? Somewhere, in which time frame? Every time frame. 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Does overbought have any significance against the hedging activities, against the algorithms, against how the market maker functions? I give you those levels, how market functions, how market makers move the market, how algorithms move the market. But as I said, right, we are in a deadlock. He talks nice, he trades nice, but I don't buy his levels. So we are at standstill. We are at Strait of Hormuz, blockade. Oh boss, I was playing with bullshit indicators, even MACD, RSI, DMIs. I heard that term for first time, DMI. Now I get a full conviction that indicators never work. Oh man. Look at me, guys. Venki Deep in the chat. 15 years experience. I sold him my levels. That's how the strategy should be. A 15-year veteran is ready to buy the levels. And he's killing it, guys. Venki Deep is one of our most successful trader in the group. He's even more senior than me. He's even more mature in his, at least, performance. He has really matured in the prop firm world. And many other good traders, guys. Preet, great trader in our community. Preet Bajwa, Venki Deep, Hobos, Hedge Trades. I don't know where he is, guys. He's there. He's around. I think he's busy. Hedge Trades, another great trader. We have some awesome traders, guys. Who are, if not same, they are above my levels in terms of their payouts, in terms of their demonstrations of skills. So welcome, guys. Welcome. If you have such a strong trader group, guys, as a mentor. Just go and watch those shows, guys. Those good-looking, handsome-looking, girls and boys in some trader TV, this TV, that TV chat or Windows. I know there are more mature traders. Yeah. We have many good traders, Venki. You are definitely amongst top of those, list. Preet Bajwa, Hobos. Hobos is a recent success, but he's already doing really well. Hedge Trades, another good trader. We have many good traders, guys. NRG, I don't know where he is. He's been quiet these days in the Discord and all, but he is also awesome trader. Energy takes risk. Energy he has a little risky approach, but he has aggressive approach. More than risky, I would say aggressive approach. He still does it as a business. He still calculates how much money he wants to spend each month and how much he's getting as output. He treats it as a business, but he is a risk taker. YouTube has a AI generated robo girl that trades. Okay. Today only with micros, $16,000 PNL. Out of that, 5K on the Tech Profit Trader Pro account. Well done. I already have a decent day. I got 5,500, 4,500. These 3,100, 1,300, 1,300. They are all in the P accounts. So I also got a bunch of 3-4Ks in the P accounts and couple in the evaluations. And we are being light. Extremely extended move. So we are a bit light in terms of how much money we want to make on this extended day. I missed that one. My manager called me, and he's doing it while working. My goodness. Don't tell my channel name. If you ever got caught trading in your office, Venki, or in your home, don't tell my channel name to your boss. He may launch an official complaint. Venki, using your experience wisely. And I had a tough time, guys. I was loving market so much. That's why I went for the YouTube route. Yeah, I knew, like, getting like consistently profitable and a very solid strategy is going to take 2-3 years. So meanwhile, like, yeah, let's have a little bit of side income through YouTube, like, all this, from promotions, plus whatever small profits and payouts I make. Everything small adds up, and it will get me going for next 2-3 years. Boy, it was worth it waiting 2-3 years to have everything, lined perfectly in terms of sizing, comfort level in the market, in terms of, I don't know, like, comfort level, as I mentioned, right? In every sort of situation, no matter market is up, down, sideways, up, more, strategy needs to be formidable in no matter what the situation is. I need to be able to make money in every kind of market, and I've demonstrated to you all. At least in last 6 months, we had all the 3 cycles. In last 6 months. We had sideways market for a couple of months since launch of our. This is where we launched our new paradigm group last year, October. That is where I started trading size. That is where I started trading multiple accounts using Trade Copier on the live stream, showing my entries and exit. So this is what we got between October, November, December, and this is February. Since we launched new paradigm October, we traded our levels, traded profitably live using multiple account sideways market. We traded the sell-offs, and this is where we are really knocking it out of the park. We are not going blindly shorting the market, saying this will happen, that will happen. While market keeps rallying, we are ready to buy even at this high. As recent as this last trade was also a long. So yeah, the strategy is not there, as I mentioned, right? The strategy, there are no fair value gaps, but our strategy has a way to calculate where it is headed. If not this, then what is the next number? We know it. Many strategy does not have this, right? They keep staring at the lagging indicator. They keep staring at the last 15 candle VWAPs. They keep staring at the overbought, oversold indicator, which don't work. There is no strategy which points right side of the market. Do you understand this part, guys? Is there any indicator which plots the right side? Yes, we plot the right side of the market. We know this is how we traded, right? This trade was on the right side of the market. It was the two deviation of our experts. We know the right side of the market. We know left side of the market. I don't even know, guys, how people selling those courses and all don't get challenged. They just keep staring in the fair value gaps or in the past or the lagging indicators. Look at this indicator, so lagging. Price is here, they are lagging right over here. Yeah, one day it will come down. Why not? How do you trade today? You don't take a trade because there is no indicator here now. Indicator is lagging. Such a basic, common sense, guys. This is what struck me when I said, right? Someone asked me what got you into the futures and all. Yeah, I mean, I knew what option world is capable of. If anything, I would come with that learning in the futures. Knowing there was a high risk, that's why we learned first ground level price action, have a strategy which is now capable of taking us not only in the futures stocks but also in the options. Mustafa, thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys. Mustafa, blue badge in the chat. Member subscriber for 2 years plus. Venki Deep, black badge, subscriber member for more than a year. Yeah, this is how membership works, guys. People who are member for 1 month they get bronze member, like hobos. More than 2 months they get. More than 2 months, I think you get silver. More than 3 months you get gold. More than 6 months you get diamond. More than 1 year you get black badge, which Venki has. RC Courier, more than 6 month member, diamond badge. And OGs, Mustafa, we started membership group 2 years ago, which means he is the day one subscriber of the group, day one subscriber of the level, blue badge. Five months have already gone, guys. If your new year resolution was this year I'll get profitable, this year I'll be disciplined, this year I will learn. Where are you right now in 5 months? I told, right, my strategy is complete. I declared strategy is complete last year October. Where we are right now, you can see, right? I showed you how long and how far we have come with our strategy, having validated them in the live market, having traded in front of you with multiple accounts, sideways market, sell off, and tremendous V-shaped recovery and the blistering rally. All the four market situation. I mentioned, right? 1, sideways. 2, sell off. 3, V-shaped recovery. And then 4th, breakout. Huge breakout. Everything. Is there anything outside this one? Is there anything outside the syllabus? Is there any move in the market which is outside these 4 moves? And tell me now, is my level capable of tackling any kind of market? Every kind of market. And that's the reason why, right? That member grew into expert grew into masters grew into new paradigm. There was always something missing and we kept it perfecting. Thanks, Avinash. Yeah, you are in a good company here. Don't worry. We are retaining the knowledge, we are retaining good habits, and we are sharing and we are reinforcing and reiterating those good habits to others who are starting to follow us. So don't worry, you are in a very good company here. Dow is in red, yes. That's an outlier we have been talking about since morning. Sectors are weak. It's a tremendous strength squeeze going on in the sectors like technology, semiconductors, Nasdaq. Others, they are having a normal update like ES, Russell, and Dow specifically because of weakness in financials, weakness in healthcare, it's in red. Right? Basically flat, not big red, it's just flat. And now you know the drill. Why it is flat? Because it is in and around our midpoint. That's why Dow is holding the. There is always a level, guys. There is no move in the market which cannot be explained by our level. Dow is not doing much because Dow is trying to finish flat. It's going to sit and finish right at that blue line, just like it did yesterday. I bet so many trying still short. Yeah, they are seeing the overbought indicators. Cannot blame them. Fancy courier. They have paid for that indicator to someone. They have paid to ICT for that fair value gap. Poor guys. They pay money for those courses, for indicators, and still lose money following those indicators, those courses. So go ahead. I have no issues, as I said, right? I'm not going to entertain. I'm not going to waste my energy debating with anyone. Do whatever you want, guys. I'm just telling you my opinion. I'm not looking to short this, right? Because I don't have a overbought indicator. let's agree on that. This guy does not use the indicator. He does not know MACD is overbought. Find out. Here's another leg up, right? Be my guest, short it. Here's another leg up. Tempted to short, head taken out again. Anyway, do as I mentioned, right? I have nothing. Go, guys. If someone wants to short, please go ahead, short it. I'll set up a link for 2 p.m. We'll discuss with masters. Darluck music, I know I have done my part well. If people still did not listen, I mean, their statements and their outcomes are telling them. I have been warning you, I don't know, from here, right? When those discussions started. This is where all those shorts started, coming to our stream. I warned not to short. You don't have any idea where this market is heading. I even gave that $5, $10 example, if you remember. Our $10 stock sells off 50%, goes to $5. Even if the market does full V-shape recovery, it doesn't mean this $5 become $10. For this $5 to become $10, if it drops 50% from 10 to 5, for 5 to become 10, it needs to rally 100%. It needs to go 100% for $5 to again become $10. So why people who may have lost or who may have portfolio in red, they will immediately sell here. It will further go up until they get break even, and even for the breakout some new buyers may, or they may continue to hold. So it is just $10 is $10. But I didn't invest in the market for $10 to be $10 back. I invested in the market so $10 become $20. So they hold, more buyers step in, and then $10 becomes $20 eventually. Basic logic. And silly people, they think like market is recovering, so let's short again. Do they even understand how the long-term investment works? Silly. Silly, like someone must have put $10 here, right? Market went down, that $10 became $5. So even if this goes up here, this $5 is not becoming $10 because this is now $5. For this $5 to become $10, it needs to do twice of this move. then it becomes $10 here. Still your $10, $10 is $10. If someone invested for the retirement, someone invested for the education fund for the kids, someone invested for some market gain, they are not going to sell at $10. They will hold it for $15-20 and then they will sell. Simple logic. Like they stupid idiots, go on shorting. Hey, Fibonacci, fair value gap, previous broken top. Fucking like 8 months market has done nothing. Let it, yeah, it is going to do something, right? Every year there will be some gain, 10%, 12%, 15%. $120 put. What a joke. 120 puts. No sense of the market and you buy 120 puts. At least don't tell next time, right? That I bought 120 puts, I'm short on the market. I'm short heavy on the market. They think like, others will start tearing their shirt. Marry me. You bought 120 puts. Please marry me. Idiot. Just show they have no idea what this market is capable of doing to them. Every day they come and short the market. Yeah, we also lose sometimes, but yeah, there is a proper acknowledgement. Yes, up to this point, yesterday also, right? I may have lost one trade. I showed you clearly, right? What was our plan. Up to this point, it is bullish. Beyond that point, I was not bullish in the market. Shorts will be right one day. Till then, why not enjoy the longs? And Jimmy, the day market will drop, unfortunately those short trader will not be in the trade. That is actually the reality. They will not be there for that short anyways. And the entire world who was long, they will already start shorting themselves. That is the unfortunate truth. Yeah, copy paste means I did a rough math. You can always use the calculator. You can calculate, right? This level 29,987 minus 28,682, whatever 300 point, double that. So this is a rough math. Just copy pasted this. If this is a measured move, just double that. You can use a calculator to do it accurately and know the next number. Hit the like button, guys, if you enjoyed all our trades so far. We have traded, I think, 4 times already since our live stream has started. 4 longs, all 4 great successful exits. Yeah, I mean, that is. See, the thing is, that's why, I have kept it very clear. Even today, guys, some might feel like, I don't know, like he overreacts sometimes to the troll or whatever, like, some long versus short debates. At least, I try not to be as a money conversation. This is a good thing. Because anyone can get lucky, and most of the people are unlucky in the market, okay? So there is no point in debating or boasting about money. What is the big debate we have here? If you notice, right, I don't like he's little bit passive aggressive person, or I don't like he's a little bit more critical for his trolls, or he is very obsessed with his levels. For him, he thinks like there is no other strategy which works, only this is the only strategy which works in the world. But again, guys, this is a good conversation to have. When I am debating with you, when I am being passionate about my level strategy, we are talking about this, I'm showing you the trade, we are fighting over long versus short, this is still a good conversation. If it was like I am the biggest trader in the world, nobody makes and nobody takes more money than me from the markets, I am very happy you are there so that I can take money from you, I win and you will lose. That is all childish, guys. So that goes back to the point, right? Money, timing, it's difficult. Only few people are lucky, right? That's why I said, right, there will be only one or two handful people who will buy Facebook or Meta at $5 and sell it at $1,500, or I am the one who bought Nvidia at $5 and now it is at whatever 3 times stock split and it is still up 1600% now. There will be only 1 or 2%. Most of the percentage, 90% of the people, they are unlucky in the market. So yeah, so Deep, what I would say is it's okay, don't forget all these things. In the long run you'll forget, some unluck here, some unluck there, but what will work is if you have gathered good skills, good knowledge, you'll make that money, you'll make back on those lost opportunity very quickly. I always tell, in this business, don't underestimate the power of scaling. This business you can scale रातों रात. In Hindi we say रातों रात. 21 दिन में पैसा double. So there are schemes, right? The scam schemes. 21 days money is doubled. Here actually you can really double your money in 21 days, right? If you have good skills, you are scaling in a very controlled manner and you are using the risk capital, right? Like people who were trading Tesla calls, right? When it was making a run, they bought 1 call or 2 call, right? With their own personal money, $4,000-$5,000. That call blasted on the upside. That 5,000 became 50,000 or 30,000 overnight. Then they took out their 5,000. Rest all 20,000-25,000 is anyway their profits. They buy 10 calls with that 20,000. That 20,000 turns into 120,000. They buy another 30 calls. It keeps going up 4-5% up every day. That 1,000 could be 400,000, 500,000, $1 million soon. Don't get high on your own supply. No, I am good, guys. The setup is gone. The setup is done, right? Do you see me like now getting overexcited for any longs or short? It's okay. Market can keep going up. It can keep coming down. There was one setup for the 2 deviation on the daily. As long as I trade for the skills, as long as I trade for the setup, as long as I trade for the levels. Yesterday that level broke, retest, rejected. I ignored. I made a mistake of not respecting my own break of the level, retest and rejection. I lost. So it's very clear. You have to become mechanical. The only thing I would like to master, as I mentioned, right, between now, June and summer, is the sizing and scaling of my own risk capital. I want to have a lot of risk capital. I want to make big profits, and for that, as I said, right, I need to have initial profits which are big, which can help me bring more profits. I'm accumulating a lot of money, a lot of risk capital, so that I can take more risk down the line, not now. Strategy is complete. Strategy has taken us good 2 years roughly. 2 years roughly. By end of 2025, we are done working on strategy. January 2024 means entire 2024. October 25 means almost it was year end, because first 2 months I really struggled, guys. I didn't know how to conduct this group. I didn't know how to make this perfect. I didn't know what more value I can bring in the new paradigm group. So October means November, December I really struggled. So January till 2025, 2 years, guys, it took me. to know all the nuances in the market and perfect a strategy which is capable of dealing with any situation in the market. Now this year is the time where I apply that strategy thoroughly. I accumulate a lot of profits every day. There will be few losing days here and there, but all the profits goes in that big risk capital bucket. Read this warning. I am going to disclose it again. Read it here. Futures trading contains substantial risk, and this is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than their initial investment. Risk capital is the money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. I display that warning every single day. What I am doing is now using my strategy, which is fully ready at the end of last year. This year, 5 months have gone by. I have made a lot of profits. I continue to stack more profits, but I am building that risk capital. I'm building that risk capital because even if I lose that capital, even if I take hits, it is not going to impact my lifestyle. It is not going to jeopardize my financial well-being of my family. And then that's how you scale. First skills, then the risk capital. Using that skills, once you have risk capital, use that risk capital to scale and make a lot of profits, and then you are really financially independent. Paradigm, no. Masters and Paradigm, it's my proprietary. I don't share the formula. I share the formula of members and the expert because that is not my creation. I borrowed that concept from the options world, not anyone from the futures market, from the options world. It's a very common concept. That's how options pricing is done. That's how everything is calculated using Black-Scholes formula. It's based on that. Masters and New Paradigm, totally my proprietary creation. I share updated levels or output of those calculation every evening. Yes, yeah, that the next target, you're right. It's headed for ES next level. Unless there is some news. I switched off news because I was talking and that guy was interrupting. I can switch on the news one more time. Yeah, it's the experience RM in calculating and choosing the implied volatility. Every broker has a different IV. Yeah, it will never be accurate to the penny like we. Why? Because many people, many brokers have expected move ranges. Thinkorswim has, Tasty Trade has, Charles Schwab might have. But if the expected move is accurate to the penny,
See Broadcom shares
it should be this much.
now after you had a report that Apollo Blackstone.
This fucking guy starts talking. As soon as I talk, he starts talking. You talk all the time. So if the expected move was exactly same, this is how accurate it needs to be. This is how you see. This is our weekly. We broke about our weekly, came back last time to retest it. You see to the penny here. This number, I don't know, you can see the wick. There is a wick here. Look at that wick. Exactly like that. This is on the Nasdaq and this is on the ES. It needs to be this accurate. Look at ES. Once again, Nasdaq here. So yeah, we are at our 2 deviation move on the daily, and this is where market is stalled. You can see, right, this is our 2 deviation move, double of what was expected, and this is where exactly market tagged, and it is resting at that level waiting for ES to go into its next level. Especially if ES is not losing the structure, ES may want to go for its next level. So what needs to happen? Again, something similar. We pull back, we hold the structure. If the structure is not lost, unfortunately that might still be a long, but if somewhere some structure is lost, then we are going to talk, okay, we lost this level, we lost this structure, are we shorting it? I'm back in 5 minutes, guys. Then we'll switch over to masters group. Thank you guys for your patience. Top of the hour.
I'm pleased to announce that there will be a 3-day ceasefire in the war between the US and... So that's in between the war between Russia and Ukraine. Excuse me. So Trump says, I'm pleased to announce that there will be a 3-day ceasefire May 9th, 10th, 11th in the war between Russia and Ukraine. Did see a little bit of movement towards the upside on the S&P 500 off the back of that. And a little bit of downside on the Dixie. Trump on his Truth Social says, getting closer every day on ending Russia war in Ukraine.
This is not a minute chart, this is a tick chart. It is written here in the corner. 4096 tick chart. All right, guys, we'll get going. As I mentioned, right, it's a strong day, very strong finish for the week. Be careful into the close. Welcome to join us if you want to learn more, get more details into our strategy, how to trade. Many people actually don't know how to trade this market. They come here, you don't know, it keeps going up each day. Many people don't know how to trade the market because every time it is a small pop, they sell off every day. We just wake up to get smacked down, smacked towards the downside, smacked towards the downside, smacked towards the downside. Or the moment we get bullish, finally we lost, we are bearish, we lose shorting the market. Finally, when we, go long, that we are tired of shorting it, we got stopped out so many times every day. We go long and again you lose while going long. Then again you short, you lose as it goes against you. The market requires a lot of preparations, no matter what the situation is. No market is easy market. If someone thinks, as I always repeat, someone has been making good money here in this kind of condition, these conditions will change. Many gold traders, they thought like they don't need to do anything in the world now, because gold just kept going up. Then gold is doing this now. They don't know, because they made money here. They don't know how to make money in this kind of a back and forth action. So every market, every cycle requires a different preparation. There's a lot of planning, lot of hard work needed to successfully trade each day. I'm ready to teach, I'm ready to share. We have a strategy which works no matter what the market situation is. Welcome to join us, guys. I wish you good luck for the close and have a nice weekend, guys. I'll see you back on Monday. We'll head back to Masters now. Thanks and bye-bye. Happy weekend. Masters, hang in tight. I'll redirect you to our Masters discussion now. Bye-bye.